Imagine discovering an egg for the first time. You find it lying in the grass, smooth, white, perfectly sealed. You have no idea what's inside, but you crack it open. And there it is, a strange yellow liquid surrounded by something clear. Today, we eat billions of these every single day. We fry them, boil them, scramble them, bake them into almost everything. But here's the strange part. The world is full of birds. Ducks lay eggs, geese lay eggs, quails lay eggs, ostriches lay eggs, even crocodiles lay eggs. So why, when most people imagine an egg, do they immediately picture a chicken egg? The answer is much stranger than you think, because humans didn't simply discover chicken eggs. We engineered a world where chicken eggs became almost impossible to escape. And it started with a bird that was never supposed to become this important. Thousands of years ago, somewhere in Southeast Asia, humans encountered the wild ancestors of modern chickens. They were smaller, wilder, and far less useful than the birds we know today. They didn't constantly produce eggs. They laid eggs when nature told them to. Usually, that meant one thing: reproduction. An egg wasn't breakfast. It was the next generation. But then humans noticed something. Some birds were calmer than others. Some were easier to keep near villages. And some laid more eggs. So humans began choosing them. Then choosing their offspring. Then choosing the offspring of those offspring. Generation after generation. And slowly, the bird began to change. This is where everything changed, because humans weren't just domesticating chickens, we were secretly rewriting their biology. Wild birds lay eggs according to seasons. Modern chickens, many can produce hundreds of eggs per year. A natural reproductive process had been transformed into an industrial system, and that created something almost absurd. The chicken became one of the most successful animals on earth, not because it was powerful, not because it was intelligent, but because it could produce something humans wanted. An egg. And this is the part almost nobody talks about. The chicken egg is not necessarily the best egg in the world. It's simply the egg humans made incredibly easy to produce. Chickens are relatively small. They require less space than larger animals. They eat less than cows or pigs. They reproduce quickly. And they can live almost anywhere. That combination changed everything, because once humans began farming chickens at massive scale, the egg stopped being a seasonal discovery. It became a machine, a constant supply, morning, afternoon, night, millions of eggs appearing every single day. And once something becomes cheap enough, available enough, and familiar enough, we stop asking why we eat it. We just do. Think about it. Most people would feel strange eating a pigeon egg, or a crow egg, or an eagle egg. Not because those eggs are necessarily poisonous, but because our culture has already decided which eggs are food and which eggs are not. The difference is often not biology, it's psychology. A chicken egg looks normal because we have seen it our entire lives, but place a giant ostrich egg on your breakfast table, and suddenly the same idea feels bizarre. The object changed, but so did your perception, and that reveals something uncomfortable about humans. We don't simply eat what nature provides. We eat what our societies teach us to recognize as food. And once that recognition becomes normal, it becomes almost invisible. A chicken egg is no longer an animal embryo, it's breakfast. A chicken is no longer a living creature, it's a food category. And that mental transformation may be one of the most powerful things humans have ever learned to do. We take something alive, something biological, something that once belonged to nature, and we turn it into an object, a product, a number, a carton in a supermarket. But the story becomes even stranger, because the chicken itself has now become so dependent on humans that without us, modern chickens might struggle to survive in the form we know them. We created the bird, we created the demand, we created the system, and then we built an entire civilization around the thing it produces. A bird that was once wild now exists in billions. Not because it conquered the planet, but because humans found its reproductive system useful. And maybe that is the deeper reason we eat chicken eggs. Not because they are the only eggs we could eat, but because humans are incredibly good at finding one useful thing and turning it into an entire world. The egg on your plate looks simple. A shell, a white, a yellow center, but inside that shell is a story about evolution, domestication, agriculture, economics, culture, and human control over nature. Because the truth is, we didn't just choose the chicken egg. The chicken egg became part of the system that chose us. And maybe the next time you crack one open, you'll realize something unsettling. You are not looking at nature anymore. You are looking at nature after humans got involved.